Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today I was thinking we were going to start on the habitation area, and I think we will still work on that, but I also think we're going to work, well, I got some ideas for the hangar space. Now, actually, let me go turn Bob off because he keeps welding these things up and I have to keep grinding them down, so. Right. So we're going to go ahead, turn that off for a second. And I want to show you what we've got. Right. So let's talk about what we got first, and we'll talk about the hangar space in a second. So as you can tell, there is a bit of a difference on the ship. This is basically what we had before, and now this is what we have here. All right. So what I'm thinking is, I was talking about the ramp, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't remember who told me that the ramp mod was working. So we've gone ahead and put the ramp mod in. And without thinking about it, I went ahead and put in a battery and then ground the battery down because I didn't have a spot for the battery at that point. I just stuck it to the side of the ship. But yeah, so the ramp is working. It's not killing us, which is good. And we're able to get in and out of the ship, so that's even better. Okay, so if we want to do the ramp, if we want to put this ramp in, this is basically what we're going to end up with. We're going to end up losing the little cubby space, and it ended up pushing the entrance back a little bit, and we actually would put the door in here. And Bob is actually occupied, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. So let's go. Not expecting these to actually get taken, like to be welded up, but we'll talk about that in a second. All right, and so what I was thinking is we would do something like that, so that the door would be there, and then just to close it off. So the reason why I'm thinking about having this in here, and if we do that, we'll put a door here, is because the ramp is actually airtight when it's closed. As long as you have blocks basically all around the edges, and that's what we've gone ahead and done. We've gone ahead and put them in like that. At least for now, we'll probably end up, like I said, we are going to do heavy armor skinning on the ship, so there will be an exterior layer to the ship. But just to get things in and get it all working the way we wanted it to, this is the general idea. So let me know what you think. Do you want to keep what we have over there, or do you think the new entryway looks good? Because I like the new entryway, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not sure if it's what I want to keep long term. Alright, so while we're talking about that, let's start working from here, because the ramps mod is not the only mod we've loaded. We have loaded all sorts of stuff. One of the other things that we have loaded is the small ship large block mod. So we now have small grid equivalents to the large grid blocks, specifically for things like refineries and assemblers. So what we can do is, as you can see, that is a large grid variant. That's the industrial. That's the basic. And did I not grab the right one? I may not have grabbed the right one. So let's get that out of here. There it is, small grid version. So the small grid version, it still has the size of the large grid. If I remember correctly, it has the mass as well. Excuse me, hiccups. So we could actually put full-size refineries in if we chose to. As you can see, these things are beastly. But we do have options. And I'm thinking we will probably have at least one refinery on board. I'm just not sure where we're going to put that yet. Which leads us into the hangar thing. Alright, so what I'm thinking is we end up using gates. No, not the door. Gates. There we go. So, yeah, it's not going to be able to place that because of the spacing. Now, this thing is rather beefy. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I don't know if I can get this to fit that way. Can I get you to fit in there? Why are you not fitting in there? All right, let's take you out. Okay. So if we do this, why are you unable to place? What's blocking it? Alright, so what's blocking that then? That is really irritating. Alright, so it works that way. So yeah, basically what I was thinking is we do 2 of these. Obviously they will be centered if we were to do this for real. Really? Knock it off. So you'd end up with something like that. Now, obviously these would be dropped down a little bit. If we wanted to have them aft facing, what I'd probably do is take this back line out, move this door forward a few blocks, and basically move the stairs as well. We're talking probably like 4 or 5 blocks back. So figure about there would be where we would start the stairs and bring them down, and we do that on both sides. That would allow me to drop these down a little bit, move the walkway forward, but then we would have all of this interior space dedicated just for ships. Now the other thing that we could do would be to move those either forward on the bottom or on the top. So if we do it on the top, that gives us the benefit of, you know, as long as the ship isn't in like a cave or inside of a larger hangar, we'd be able to get ships in and out. Having it aft allows us to get ships in and out, even if this ship is docked inside of another hangar or so. So basically you'd have a hangar inside of a hangar space in the worst case scenario. But you'd still be able to get a fairly large ship through here. So when I was testing this out before, I had it forward, and each one of these doors from this area to that area is roughly 1.5 blocks, like large grid blocks, maybe 2 grid blocks wide. And then lengthwise, it's it's roughly 3 blocks. So we'd end up with a space that's safely, conservatively 4 blocks by 3 blocks. So that is a rather large ship. I mean, we could get an actual like large grid ship through that. If we're staying with small grid ships, like if we were to build a small grid large miner or something, we'd be able to have a fairly large array on this thing and be able to get it in here. The other thing is that depending on how much ceiling clearance we use, you know, we could actually have multiple ships parked in here and they just fly over each other to get out. At least that's the concept. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this out. So that's going to be the homework for this one. Do you want the doors there Do you want the doors here? See if we can get them to... Come on. Yeah, do you want them like that? I'd love for things to not be completely in my face all the time. There you go. Yeah, come on. So we could do that. Or we could take the same idea and throw it up on top. So it works. It works out either way. I think it would, as far as spacing is concerned, it might be better to have these, like if I turn them the other way so that the door opens forward and aft, well, I guess technically it's opening forward and aft now. It'd be starboard, the port and starboard side. If we were to rotate this 90 degrees, we would end up with that shape, which means we could get a ship that was taller than wide out, which wouldn't be bad for a mining ship of some kind. Also gives us options, you know, for other things. Or we just set it, and when you're flying out, you just basically have to counter rotate to get out of the hangar. But that, you know, it's an option for either the floor or the let me try that once more. It's an option for either the floor or the ceiling on board this ship. Like I said, I think it's 1, it's 3. Yeah, so I'll probably have to turn it lengthwise so that the lengthwise of the gate spans the beam of the ship. It's because we decided to make the ship an odd number on the center line. I mean, I could add another block and just move everything over by 1 block. Because with these ramps there, that means we could get rid of this, or we could make this something else. What we might do is we might make this a community area so that we'd have like the kitchen and break room and that kind of stuff over here. Then here we'll have habitation, more habitation. Need to figure out, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means it's going to be, that would probably be walls like that. Yeah, I'm not sure how big I would actually make this whole thing. Let's grab these here. Alright, and yes, I know I'm at 3% here. 2% and counting. Hi. Thank you. No energy. I was on my way back. Alright, let's go ahead and hop in the chair and let that regen us here. So I am thinking that I may widen the ship just a little bit anyway. That's what I'm saying is, you know, it wouldn't be too difficult to add like a block somewhere, just to widen it out. So I'm trying to think about which way I'd want to go with it if we did. Because if I do, that means basically everything on the stairs will have to shift one block out on whichever side we do it on. And since I'm doing renovations anyway, it might make sense to just go ahead and do that on the starboard side, since the port side already has the ramp on it. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna extend the starboard side one block. Don't do one block. Yeah, we'll do one block on the hallway, and then the habitation area. We need to get an idea of just how much room we need here. All right. Let us look up. Here's the bedroll. All right. So, let's go. Oh wait, we can use that now? Oh, we can use that. That might not be a bad idea. The thing is that this isn't piped in, but yeah, I would have to extend it at least 2 blocks on the side, which means we'd be adding 3 blocks to this side, because basically what we're looking at right now is this would be where that portion ends right this moment. So all of this would get moved out a block. And then we're talking about adding 2 more blocks to that. So that would be the exterior wall there. And for us, on this side, because remember, we need at least 3 blocks here in order for the character to be able to walk without running into like odd collision. Which means it would have to come out to there. That gives us, oh, hello. That would definitely give us enough room. So you'd be able to sleep there, which means probably the door would probably end up here-ish. So if we did that, then that would allow us to have this be the wall separating the room. Like I said, that bed is not piped in, but this gives us an idea of roughly how much room we're looking at working with. So if we go in here and look at the beds again, get you out of there for right now. These guys are actually piped in. Ah, medical room bed. Nice. All right. And see, you'd be able to have these actually piped into the network, which allows you... All right, I wonder if you're piped in. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, but anyway, these actually operate as, all of these beds actually operate as cryopods. So I'm guessing these are not pressurized. I'm kind of curious. Oop. Alright, so if we do that, what do you need? Need 6 canvas. We don't have the canvas, but I think that just requires metal. Iron specifically. Actually, let's go in here and do this. Because I'm kind of curious. I don't remember what the canvas requires. Iron and silicon? Interesting. All right. I've not used this since they've updated it, so I'm not sure. This is actually the Mark II, the Beds 2.0, or Modern Bed 2.0, I think is the name of the mod. Block is not powered, so yes, it is operating as a cryopod. But it looks like it may not be piped in. Okay. So generally speaking, that's a good thing. I'm guessing it operates basically the same as the new bed, or the newer bed, I should say, from Space Engineers Villa. Okay, so that's definitely an option. And then these guys are always an option. I actually like these. I like the new styling. Alright, so let's take a look at this. And block is not powered, but I do like that style. So this one has the benefit that it has a window, and the rest of these are just smaller blocks that you can actually be piped in. So even if we go with the non-piped modern bed, I think that we would be probably okay with that. Because it is definitely a significantly smaller bed. Alright, so let's go and get that out of here, that out of here. But so that looks like that's going to be about where it needs to be size-wise. Okay, and so that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you are from this wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's coming out 2 blocks on that side. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the walls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the wall. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think. Okay, so basically this is going to be... Okay, I'm talking myself in corners here. It's going to be where the new wall is going to come out. And you're going to have one block in the wall. One block. You know why? Because we're going to have to... Basically all of this has to shift over one. Because we're adding one there. So this one's actually going to come out. Because this is basically going to be the wall here. It's going to be the outer portion of the hole. And so this is going to be there. There. Okay. So yeah. So that's gonna shift out one. This is all going to shift over one, which also means all of this is going to shift out one, which is fine. So all of that has to shift over one. Which means this line gets to come out all the way down. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a lot to do between now and Wednesday. All right. Okay, so I think we've got a good idea of what we need for the residential, like, hab space here. And then, like I said, this will be dividing wall. And how many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're the wall. Alright, so that gets us at least 2 cabins. And can we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we said number 12 is the wall, which is actually good. Because we were talking about bringing this back, you know, one, like having the stairs start 1 or 2 further back, and so that would allow us to actually deal with that. All right, something that's actually working out for us. go ahead and get that. Get that.
Energy critical.
All right, and so that gives us 3 cabins here. That'll also give us another 3 on the other sides for 6 cabins. What I think we're going to do for this space here is, we said we were going to take these out. And what I'm wondering is can we get away with helps if I spell it correctly. We do now have those as small grid. Helps if I select it. I want the small grid equivalent of that here. Ah. Quick. No. Shoosh. There we go. So did I not grab the right? Alright, so you are the small grid equivalent. Gives us see, it lies. It says we can use it, but we can't, huh? Alright. We'll figure out a solution for it. I know that there's a small grid decorations block that I can use that has a shower and a bunch of other stuff on it, so I'll end up loading another one. So on that note, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Just so everybody knows, the mod list will be updated on here. So if you haven't checked the mod list for a while, scroll down to the description, hit that more, and you'll be able to see the entire mod list. Now, if the mod list gets much longer, we're going to have to actually start using either like a tiny URL or offsite the mod list. So I may end up putting a link in to the Steam page. I'll put a group together for it, or a mod list over there. So I may go ahead and do that anyway and just put that in so that you're able to go directly to Steam and pull all the mods. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a great week. And we will see you back here on Wednesday for more Space Engineers and hopefully actually getting some of this stuff done. So like I said, if you have any feedback on which way you want to see those hangar doors put in, let me know. Because we're widening the ship, that opens up the ability to have the larger, have it oriented for a larger opening so that we'll be able to get bigger ships in and out. So, let me know. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Take care, everybody, and be safe out there, everyone. Oh, so much to do. Now, if only this heat wave would break.